kind of your initial reactions of hearing that news?
Well, first and foremost, I'm very grateful for President Biden. He's done a lot for the people of Knoxville and the people of our entire country. I mean, there's a long list of his accomplishments. The bipartisan infrastructure law has brought a lot of resources to rebuild our nation. Knoxville's gotten over $100 million towards infrastructure improvements, affordable housing, all kinds of things. So that's just one small part of his contributions to our nation. Tremendous action on climate change that presidents have not been doing up until this point. So my first reaction is thankfulness. I'm very grateful for President Biden's leadership and the good things he's done for our community. You know, this had been a topic of discussion for several weeks now, so I guess I wasn't too surprised, but also just a sense of gratitude. It takes a lot of humility and a lot of courage to step away from the most important job in the world, leader of the United States of America, and to do so when you think you might still have a chance of keeping that job. That takes a lot of humility and courage. So I think part of President Biden's legacy will be that he puts his country first, and I'm just grateful.
And certainly, and I apologize, I haven't been able to read your statement that was issued yet since we first got here. But, you know, now looking forward to the election, just over 100 days out in the Democratic National Convention on the horizon, what are you expecting kind of the atmosphere is going to be like there? Probably a little more chaotic than originally planned. What are you expecting from that?
Well, it's my first time being a delegate to the DNC, so I was expecting it to go like it had been for the last several decades. And it looks like it's going to be a little bit different. But, you know, I'm not worried because we have so many good things going in the Democratic Party. We've had a strong track record of success in recent years with President Obama and President Biden. And I know that we're going to nominate someone who unites our party and, more importantly, unites our country. And we're going to nominate someone who pushes forward on democratic values like supporting working people, supporting LGBTQ equality, supporting women's right to reproductive health care, including abortion, and a president who can stand and move forward on climate action. So I'm confident that we're going to nominate a great candidate, and I think there will be some uncertainty, but that's okay. That uncertainty will help energize the voting public, including undecided voters in swing states. So we want to nominate someone who can win in November.
And going off of that right now, you could say that the Republican Party really unified, especially after the attempted assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump. Do you think that we're going to see that same unification coming out of the convention of Democrats coming together to try to rally behind a new candidate?
Well, I don't know if the Republicans are so unified. The ones at the convention, maybe, but I know a lot of Republicans who are very concerned about their party, and I don't think that sense of unity is unanimous. I can't speak for what Republicans are doing, but I know that the Democrats care about the American people. We have a great track record of success, and we're going to win in November. We're going to have some excitement, more so than before, but I think that will help people pay attention. This uncertainty is energizing, and I think it will not just energize those of us who have the good fortune to be delegates, but it will also energize the people who are going to vote in November.
And President Biden coming out, putting his support towards Vice President Kamala Harris. At this time, are you willing to tell us where you're planning to support as a delegate?
I'm not willing to say that because I don't know. I have had the opportunity to meet and spend time with Vice President Harris. She's a very impressive woman. She has obviously been part of President Biden's success, and you know, she has a great track record on all kinds of things in her role as a senator and before in her role as a prosecutor, being tough on crime in California. I think Democrats are going to be united in nominating someone who can win in November. That's the bottom line, and that's the person that I'm going to be supporting.
Absolutely. Anything else you want to add on the topic?
Eric, is there anything else?
Yeah, I think if you want more detail about you heard the mayor say $100 million. So I mean, a few of the examples are broken down in the book. But I think.
Yeah, we did. I mean, we have a $42.6 million Reconnecting Communities grant. you know, the president really helped us survive and recover after COVID. We had ARPA, American Rescue Plan dollars, helped a lot of people get through a very difficult time. And if you look around, I mean, Knoxville's biggest challenge is a lack of affordable housing. We are working on that as a city, and thanks to help from the federal government, we are transforming Western Heights with a $40 million grant from the federal government to help catalyze that transformation, which is not just revitalizing the existing properties and renovating those, but adding hundreds of new additional properties. So, I mean, homes that are very affordable. So, Knoxville's benefited from President Biden's leadership in myriad ways. I also want to mention that President Biden is the first president to establish a White House office on preventing gun violence. And we have benefited from that with a grant, but also with leadership. Until President Biden, we didn't even have a confirmed director of the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, which, you know, for something that's so important in our law enforcement community, we need to be able to study gun violence and in order to work to prevent it. So I want to elect someone who can continue those positive things and, most importantly, unite this country. That's what more and more people are tired of, this age of rage. We need to solve our problems at the ballot box, not with bullets. And I'm horrified by what happened with the assassination attempt on Donald Trump. And nobody thinks that's good for our country. We need to find people who can unite us. I think there are many potential nominees in the Democratic Party who can do that.
Great. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Anything else?
Thank you.